It is. Yeah. So we are in SETH Wisdom, chapter 18, friends. So in this chapter, SETH Master explains about various stages of consciousness and how this consciousness connects with the symbol to express itself. And here in the last session, he explained about the dreams and these symbols, how they give solutions in the dreams as well. So little introduction of that, and now we'll go into that wisdom. So Seth Master says that dream symbols work and how the inner self uses them to express feelings, problems, and solutions to the problems. So here, like this to express through the symbol, it won't happen forever. At one certain point, say like at one certain stage, so it we experience, we will know it automatically without any symbols. So when the consciousness has reached at certain level, it stops using the symbols, right? So here says, when you close your eyes or in dream. So when you close our eyes means in the wakeful state, in generally, when we close our eyes or in dreams, our mind may turn a single feeling, say like anything like fear or any other feeling which has reached to the highest point, or the current situation, the emotion of the current situations which that person has been going through. So it represents its situation in the real situation. So it represents in a symbol form, and this symbol varies from person to person. So here, a single feeling, it will take, the consciousness will take one single feeling into a series of symbolic image. And for this person also, for this individual, these symbols even varies from situation to situation. So if I going through some situation like A, for example, some X, or so if I get a symbol related to that, say like a house, for example, and the meaning of that house is different in that, is something, it is giving me an experience in the dream. It is giving me a solution. Maybe it is giving a solution, or maybe it is a uh, uh, it is like representing my inner feeling in that. But when I overcome that challenge, or when I in that phase, so we have phases, right? In different phase, if I get the same house in the dream, same house, the meaning may be different, maybe equal, or maybe the same, or maybe different. So here it varies as well. So here the single feeling into the series of it represents a single feeling into symbolic images. For example, like a hole, like a hole in the ground. If the person is going through certain fears, like a stranger meeting a stranger, or some dog is chasing him or her, something related. So these symbols don't appear randomly, he says. They arise from your inner emotional climate, even feelings you are not consciously aware of. See, we are certain feelings like see, like we think we don't even aware of our emotions 100%, like 100% of our emotions. If the emotions having 10, we are not aware of we are not aware of them. So they are like layers, they are hidden in the different layers. So the layer which is the topmost layer, the emotion of the topmost layer we will experience in the wakeful state, but in the dream. So why? Because we are experiencing that here the mind works. Now friends, listen to what I want to say, my experience. When there is mind, we won't get experiences, right? We won't get any experience related to like this, how a solution, okay, the solution to certain situations or anything. So where there is absent of mind, we get clear solutions, we get clear like the dream, we can understand easily the dream. But not when we do, if we think with the mind, we can't derive it, we can't define it, so we can't understand it, because the level of the mind, the consciousness of the physical mind is different, and the consciousness of subconscious mind is different. So here it won't match. Okay, so if we need to understand the dream, okay, in the dream itself we can understand, but not later, or in the meditation we can understand what it is, what it is showing us, how it is helping us. Now, he says, if you relax deeper into sleep, the symbols can shift, changing shape or direction, and can even become distorted if you try to force an interpretation, right? The inner self or deeper consciousness uses dreams to work on problems. Repeat, the inner self or deeper consciousness uses dreams to work on problems. Even though the problem may not appear clearly in the dream, okay, the solution is symbolically created in the dream scenario. As I shared in the last session, how like I was searching here and I couldn't able to get the solution, but in the dream I got clear instructions, or say like clear guidance in the dream, how to approach, how to take guidance from the other master here, from our pyramid master. So this is how even we sleep, but our consciousness keeps on working. So next he says, the unconscious mind continues working on issues during sleep, and the higher centers of the inner self assist the dreaming self with guidance. I want to repeat this line because the unconscious mind continues working on issues during sleep, and the higher centers of the inner self assist dreaming self with guidance. Now here, friends, that means the solution is within us, isn't it? We have a problem in the actual reality, but the solution of that problem is within us. We need to open the door. So when we stop our mind, because with my own experience, I'm sharing you with this, until the mind works, we won't reach to that door. When we keep on thinking, what is this, and why, the questions like why, what, and when, so this mind always raises questions which are where we can't find answers in the actual reality. We can't find answers. So until the mind calms down, so when the mind calms down, when the mind is still, then we can connect to that consciousness, the higher consciousness. So that's the reason what I did is I meditated for longer hours, and I didn't ask any give me the solution. I didn't search for the solution in the meditation. I just closed my eyes and I meditated. Whatever it may happen, let it be. So there I got to know, like, I went into the deeper states and into the within me, that I could explore many areas that I didn't before. Earlier I couldn't able to. So one challenge, one like one situation, the outer situation, which is a bit challenging, so it opened many doors. So I felt grateful to that experience later. So here, friends, the higher conscious is not somewhere else, and the higher consciousness is within us, right? And he says, you may manufacture dream situation presenting possible solution, even if they appear symbolic, dramatic, or unusual. So he also says that there is a strong connection exists between between our waking and the dreaming life. There is a strong connection. So symbols often, these symbols, they often carry multiple meanings. And how these symbols, how this consciousness is creating certain symbols, on what basis? No, it draws from the past, present, and even the future experiences. So these symbols, this consciousness is not taking from any random or any random symbols, friends. These symbols are connected with our past, with our present, and even the future experiences. So dream symbols are multidimensional, and they not only visual but also emotional, and they are intuitive. So in waking life, you say symbolize, you also symbolize, but dreams allow much more freedom because they are not limited by physical reality. Okay, so here these symbols, but these are like this. It takes from the consciousness, creates this symbol, which is from the unlimitedness. It's not from the limited physical reality. Means in physical reality, we limit ourselves, and it is so common, it is not something, so it is so obvious that we limit ourselves. And it is like limiting factor, we be in that limitedness in the physical reality, because our mind works, and we have to work with the mind. Here we need to deal, here we need to connect with the people and how to work on. So in this physical reality, obviously the mind has to work, so it is given for that. But here he says, here he says about physical reality is always limiting. That means when the mind is always limiting factor. So the mind is here always the limiting factor. And Seth Master here, he says the inner perception and past life experiences influence our present consciousness and learning. That's where, like, we can say, like, uh, you know past life experiences means the cause and effect, right? The cause and effect, the inner perception, and how the intellect is working. So even it influences the present consciousness, the present how we are. So like, friends, we have to be, and this also I have experimented and I have experienced, that being in the present moment. So when we be in the present moment, you know like, we create even the greater future than what we expect, what we have carried from the past. So when the mind is filled in the past memories, we can't experience, or we won't be in the present moment. And these past experiences, these memories, they form into an energy field. So we are energy field, we are surrounded by an energy field, and this thought is also an energy. And this energy always attracts, this frequency always attracts the frequency that we have already experienced in the past. That's how we are creating our future. But when we be in the present moment, like exactly in the present moment, what we are doing, So then I have experienced that nothing is disturbing me, okay, and I'm not thinking about the future, right? So here, without, I thought like I need to do something, I must be involved in something, I must, like, in the doing state. But I transformed in myself into a being state. So let me be in the present moment. So then what happened, like, I understood is nothing I have to do here. Everything is going on perfectly. And without my interference, all everything, that whatever it is happening smoothly, right? So that's what I have experienced. So here he says the personal, these symbols, they come from the personal bank. And what is this bank of symbols? Each person has inner reservoir of symbols that comes from the past lives, early childhood, even before birth. So these are the three, from these three. So these symbols, this consciousness is selecting, this consciousness is framing the symbols from our past life, which is come from the past life, the early childhood, early childhood, even before birth. Even before birth, in what he meant to say here is, when we are in the mother's womb, even then the feelings of the mother connects to the baby as well. The higher, when the feel like intense emotions, certain emotions connects to the baby as well. So even so that as the child has that memory. No. So inner mechanisms and physic development, like some abilities or sensory capacities, are not activated in certain lifetimes, depending on chosen experiences. He says some abilities or sensory capacities are not activated in certain lifetimes, depending on chosen experiences. So here, the abilities or whatever the senses that we have activated within us depends on the plan that we have chosen, depends on the experiences that we have chosen. So never ever compare yourself to another, to another person, to an individual, to other individuals, because our soul plans, our experiences are completely different. We are here with different stories, right? So we have selected few experiences, we have selected certain abilities within us, in order to experience our own experiences, right, our own growth. So do not compare. Like, we can't see so many people I have, like, they have called me, like, in the sessions also, they asked, how can we activate third eye? How can we, we are not getting any visions, or not getting any experiences. So visions and other things, they are part of the journey. They are not, third eye means it's not only connected to the visions. Third eye is something like it is connected to the intellect, the buddhi. So that means how we are acting, we are acting with the wisdom or not. So when we read the books, when we listen to the sessions, and when we meditate, all these three help us to enhance our intellect, to be with that wisdom, to act with that wisdom. So we need to check whether we are acting, whether we are, whether we are being acting in a real life, acting in the sense whatever we are doing, either we are doing with the wisdom or not. So we have to think about, we have to compare, but forget about the visions. There is a lot more to learn, lot more to experience beyond visions. And also, if any visions, if we get any visions, just think, let's ask a question: what is that teaching me? And and the excitement, of course it is part of the journey, but never get excited. And when we get excited, we disconnect from that consciousness. and we don't understand what it is teaching us, right? So the abilities or the sensory capacities like clairvoyance, something like a clairaudience, and these all even these sensory perceptions. So we activate certain things for this purpose, for the purpose that is related to our work here. And even don't compare about it. Just know that this this person having certain experiences. Just take it grant your, like they are just experiences, right? If a person is having something abilities which you don't have, is not great. That person is not greater than you, as equal. But here we need to focus on ourselves. Am I in my path? So check whether you are in the right path or not. That's it. So if an inner psychic development occurs, he says physical senses can heal or compensate. Inner mechanisms operate beyond what science currently understands here. So latent so here he says you already have psychic tools from other lifetimes helping you make sense of current experiences. I repeat. So these lines these lines are not because to read exactly what Seth Master wants to say. He says you already have psychic tools. We all have that psychic tools, but we activate according to our plan. So psychic tools from other lifetimes helping you make sense of current experiences. So if I'm getting some visuals, or if I'm getting something which I can visuals in experiences or the dreams. So people ask, how you get dreams, how you get these experiences. There is no answer. There is no answer to give further, because they are sensory, they are beyond the mind. How can we understand with the mind, right? So next rest we will continue in the next session, friends. So finally, what Seth Master wants to say here is how our inner self, uses symbols from past and present lives, and how perception goes far beyond physical senses, and both like silence and sound are the symbols of expression of consciousness. So thank you, and we will conclude this chapter in the coming session. Thank you, friends. If at all you want to share anything, you can unmute, or we'll meet in the evening. Right. So thank you so much. Then let's all connect in the evening session, friends. Thank you. And what we need to do, what we understand, friends, focus on yourself, meditate. Meditation, Sajjana Sangatya, and Swadhyaya. That means reading books and listening to others' experiences or listening to other sessions. These three are very, very important. Yes, Rashmi ji. You can unmute. You can unmute, Rashmi ji, I think. Yeah. Now?
Yeah. Thank you, Shardaji. Beautiful meditation, nice music and wisdom. Yeah, I remember while reading Diagnostic of Karma by Lazarev, in that also he has mentioned that mother, when carrying baby in her womb, whatever feeling she feels and whatever she does, creates, it carries forward to the baby. So, yeah, feeling grudges or guilt, that will be carried to the baby as well. So, we have to be very careful while you are pregnant, what kind of feelings and emotions you go through. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi ji. Thank you. So, friends, let's all then That's all. Then meet in the evening, another session. Thank you all. Namaste.